So now don't mention anybody's names.
If somebody is from Long Island, they're probably racist.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. I mean, it just very open with saying the N-word and also hard R, you know? And also I will say that he's not black either. So
Yeah, dude. I mean,
okay, should we restart?
nah, dude. Let's go for it.
All right, we'll start with N-word.
What's up, guys? What are we hating on today?
Oh yeah,
dude, I'm not cutting
well,
any of this.
I
Just
was
keep on, just go. What's wrong with you?
yeah, I mean, I was just at a wedding actually like this weekend, and it was really, really good. It was my first not interracial marriage, or it's my first white marriage, because coming from SF, a lot of the couples that we know are like white Asian, and then like some more white Asian, and then a white Asian, and then by white Asian I mean white guy and Asian girl.
Oh,
And now I
always.
finally got, yeah, of course.
Does it
Yeah.
not go
And then now we got,
any white Asian guys with white girls? Does it not work both ways?
No.
I mean, you have to be like a real pimp as an Asian guy to like get like a white girl, like one of our good friends that we know. But
Dude,
like for a lot of times, I don't think it goes that way.
Oh, I
dude,
know what you
it's funny. Like when I was in Asia, and like I would talk to a lot of like people, and they'd be like, I'm half Asian, I'm half white. I'd be like, let me guess. White dad, Asian mom. Always,
Yeah, exactly.
always right. Oh, dude, my kids, they'll be like, oh, I'm half white, half Latino. Let me guess. White dad, Latino mom. Yup.
Yeah. But as brown sand people ourselves, for lack of a better word, there's probably a couple better words. But as sand people ourselves, I feel like a lot of the Indian guys I know are pretty much dating white women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, looks like we have it. I mean, we just
Dude,
have rugged masculinity. Look at the beard that Annette can grow. Obviously, he let it grow to near terrorist lengths. But if you keep it trimmed down, it's a good look.
dude, it's not that. It's like you guys, and I think this like happened for an entire generation. I think it's actually like a good aspect of wokeness, but like it, I think a lot of it is just like gaslighting, where like a lot of white girls feel like they're racist if they only date white guys.
I support it.
Yeah.
I support it too. I support it too, by the way. I support interracial marriage. I'm probably marrying a Latina. Like, I think you should do mixing. I'm just saying, like, I think that it's a lot of what's happening with the girls specifically is, hey, are we racially conscious? Let me suck some Indian dick. Which again is great for
Yeah,
you
and then
guys.
once they meet me, they're like, wait, this guy is even less woke than all the people I know. Wait, so what's gonna happen to all the white people after all the interracial dating? Are you familiar with the great replacement theory as touted by
Yeah.
the right? Yeah,
Dude,
dude. Have you noticed that all the commercials are interracial dating too? So do you think there's a psyop where they're just trying to remove white people according to the right-wing media?
But you know what? Everyone talks about that, yeah. But in the few examples I've seen so far, when the kids come out, the kids are majority like more like look white than minority. So I think the white genes are still pretty strong. Like as much as they're saying like, oh, we're gonna lose all the white people in the future moving forward. For the couples I've seen that end up having kids, the kids look white. Like my own cousins, like I've got people in my family that married white dudes. Kids are white as hell. Like you can tell that there's no Indian. They look maybe a little bit olive, like they've gone on holiday, but
yeah. No,
Well, that's why these white bitches go to a tanning salon. That's what these white bitches want to look like, a little bit olive.
push towards that. Like, I don't see a big shift in that sense.
I mean, for
Yeah.
me, as I said, like I think interracial marriage, interracial dating is a good thing, both from like a cultural aspect, but also like a genetic aspect. You want genetic diversity in your genes, right?
You'd agree.
So there are a lot of reasons why I think it's a good idea, but like I do think that either you are right that like I think there is some gaslighting going on where it's just like, hey, we do want people to, interracial marriage, and then you're like, oh, so you don't want white people anymore. It's like, no, we're not talking. And it's like, yeah, you kind of are a little bit, but again, I think it's a good thing. I think all races should mix. I think we all get better because of it.
How much gaslighting is it taking for us to get past the fact that we're beating the whole show Bob's and Vagine thing? Like they're looking wall past that crap and they're giving the Indian guys.
Yeah.
How much gaslighting has to happen for them to like, I can ignore Bob's and Vagine, like or whatever they say.
Yeah.
Just give them a chance. Fuck it. Like we know where this is gonna go, but we're gonna give it a chance anyway.
So I send you guys this in the group chat, but the Bob's and Vagine, like I go on Facebook now just because like I don't have WhatsApp on my laptop. So I went on Facebook. Every single like white MILF that's shown, there's like 10 Indians that are like, oh, so beautiful, be my baby, send Bob's and Vagine and shit. But like there's no Bob's and Vagine people in real life, are there? It's mostly an internet sensation.
Nah, dude.
You know people like that?
We used to live in that big house. Do you not remember one or two certain characters in that big house?
Oh,
Like,
I do remember. That's one guy, dude. That's one guy,
three.
bro.
There were three. There were three.
Dude, I do
There's
think
two.
you know it is one of those things like you notice when you go into like when you travel to other
Asia.
parts of the world, you realize like, oh, a lot of these guys are as thirsty as like
Worse.
worse. Yeah.
All right, haters, do you want more haterade in your life? And are you pissed off, just like I am, about how little Hater Gator wants to actually record this stuff? Well, if you are, then we have a special offer. Go to the Patreon page in the link below, and if you support us for at least $15 a month, if we get at least 10 people to do that, what we will do is we will create a specific Haterade WhatsApp group, and we will invite you to it. So you'll be able to be part of the Haterade WhatsApp group, and you'll get Haterade straight to your phone 24/7. Whenever we feel like talking shit, you'll get it directly to you. We're gonna have just me, the other two, be the ones talking. Everyone else is just gonna be listening, not being able to send messages. But if you do $15, you get to be part of the group. And if you do $30 or more, then once a month, you're going to be able to send messages as well. For a whole day, send messages, be part of Haterade. So go to the Patreon link, support the show, be part of Haterade.
We had a guy
Indians
live in
must be-
the house. He wasn't even Indian, but he was a minority of some degree. Someone told him, oh, he's like, where you not going out tonight? He goes, we're going to Pound Town. He believed this shit for a week. I want to go to Pound Town. And when he found out what it was, he was even more excited. Vijay knows this story. Vijay knows this story. It was ridiculous. They even anything. I feel like on the internet, it's watered down. When they're in life, when they're within touching distance, as creepy as it is, I don't trust these motherfuckers. You need to carry mace or some sort of dog collars on these motherfuckers. Like, you can't trust this shit.
Well, what about the story? Can I tell a story from your bachelor party or no? Or sorry, your friend's bachelor party.
Yeah, go for it. Crack on.
Well, this dude, I think he was a fresh off the boat, right? And then he saw a waitress who's actually
London born and raised, still a mug. Yeah,
he's a London boy. There's no excuse for that. He saw a waitress that he liked in Miami. He decided to give that shit a quick James Bond smack, just right there.
Really?
And then thought that was okay. And then he was pissed that they were throwing him out of the bar. I'm like, you smacked the waitress's ass, bro.
We weren't even there for this. Like, we, Vijay, and like a couple other mutual friends buggered off to a different bar. This was at the Clevelander on South Beach, like on the main strip.
Dude, like one of the biggest hotels in Miami.
The chicks are obviously dressed a certain way, but that's just the uniform. It doesn't give you the right, just because they're showing a little bit of arse cheek or some thigh, to like non-consensually. Grabbing in general, even consensually, is a little bit suspect when they're at work, innit? Like, chill out, bro.
Well, that's one big cultural difference is like in the Middle East, and that also involves like Pakistan, parts of India, right? If a woman is sexually assaulted, it is considered the fault of the woman for putting herself in a position where she is sexually assaulted. While in Europe and in America, if a woman is sexually assaulted, it is the guy's fault, right? Obviously, because you can't control your urges. So for a guy in those areas, if a girl is walking around scampily, it's like, yeah, it's her fault. You know what I mean? And like, it's fucked.
Guys, born and raised in London, right? Like, I only met last time doing
no excuse.
No excuse in general, let alone being born and raised in London. So it's not like you've never seen a girl before. On top of that, you had a few drinks. You're now representing Indians in Miami. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you got the not full on turban, but like you got the look. So now that poor girl, that whole establishment, fuck it, that whole strip is probably thinking every guy with the turban. Oh, here we go, a potential another grabber, another little arse slapper, like this motherfucker.
Another little Diddy, bro.
Honestly, like, and then we went
We'll
there,
get to Diddy
have the goal to then argue why you're being kicked out, argue bouncers. Like, what the fuck do you think's going on here? Like, stupid, man. Stupid.
How insular was his community growing up? Like, did he grow up just
Good
around
question.
Indians, or was it with Indians and white people?
I'm sure he has. I'm sure it's been all Indians. I don't know this guy. I met him for the
Yeah.
first time on the trip. I haven't really seen or spoken to him since.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was a relative of my boy's
Yeah,
cousin.
no, makes sense.
It was all some strange shit, but
Because that's one thing I heard is like the big issue in England, and just to talk about immigration before we go to the big subject of Diddy, but like I
Yeah,
heard
of
that one of
course.
the big issues with England specifically, but Europe in general, is that a lot of the communities, the immigrant communities, just like stick to themselves, and they don't have that permeation with the other culture. I heard this one person talking, he's just like, yeah, like these Muslim communities in England, a lot of them have never seen a white person in their entire life. And they're living in England. Like
there's definitely pockets where like you said, they're so in the community, they don't really assimilate. I've been lucky in the sense that from a very young age, like our neighbors were black, our neighbors were white growing up.
yeah.
I've mixed from the age of 5, mixed around with different kids. And my mum really pushed that. Like, you have your Indian friends. I went to an all Indian school, for God's sake. So, a lot
Yeah.
of my primary school, secondary schooling was a lot of Indian people. But then outside socially, different group of friends, a lot of traveling with family on holidays, different perspectives. Not everyone's lucky to have that sort of experience. So, like you said, yeah, when it's a very insular environment and you kind of just stuck with your own people, you have that. But again, there's no excuse. You know
Oh
what I
no,
mean?
no, I'm not making excuses.
Yeah,
Just trying to just trying to understand. Yeah.
thinking out loud.
No,
like,
and Paul, one thing I'll just say one thing that you don't have to worry about that me and I could do is like if someone goes and slaps someone's ass, like and it's a white guy, you're like, oh, that's just some like fucking creep. If some Indian guy does it, then we're gonna be like, oh shit, he's gonna make us look bad for all these fucking people in the
honestly,
country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
That's
it's
true.
wrong across the board, but the fact that he was like, turban and this and that, like it just hurt me even more.
Although I
And the
do.
fact that he poured baby oil on her ass too.
Wait,
Just
he
like
did
our
that?
No, he didn't.
Oh,
I was
okay.
I didn't know about that. I was like, oh fuck, like that was new information to me. I was like, fuck, we weren't even there.
Ah man. It's just-
But I do have to
it's
say,
wild
a
out
lot of times, people will hear my last name and be like, "Oh, you're Polish. I know a Polish person," and then just assume I'm exactly like the Polish friend. But obviously, I'm getting it's a lot worse for you guys than it is for me. But a lot of
How
Polish
Latino
people,
are you now?
dude, I'm pretty fucking
You like
Latino.
mow lawns and actually, sorry, that was racist, dude. That was really racist. Sorry,
Dude, I don't,
no one
I,
heard that. Far enough to the podcast that no one can hear that now.
Brings you a fresh basket of oranges every weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
dude, I was telling a neck, dude, like I'm fucking live the life. I'm dating a Latina girl. She cooks, cleans, sucks my dick.
At the same time.
The same time, bro. Same time.
Yo, that's like some Tom and Jerry shit where like one thing is flipping the damn, yo. I'm saying, how much have you assimilated into like the Latin American society now, do you think?
I mean, me and my girl are kind of like, I wouldn't say homebodies, but a little bit. Like we just kind of like keep to ourselves. But like, there are a bunch of other Hispanic people here who I talk to. Most of the time, I try to speak Spanish, not English. So yeah, I'm kind of getting into the community. I'm meeting her parents for the first time on Saturday. So
Oh wow, dude. Congrats.
once I meet her parents, it's gonna be like, I'm sure every fucking weekend is gonna be me at her fucking parents' house with her fucking nephew and shit.
Now that's called assimilation, dude. That's Latin American society. The family is very important, right?
Yeah, dude, I really like it. I really like how family oriented she is. It's great. I mean, my family's not family oriented at all, so it's nice to have
dude.
that.
Did you speak Spanish before you moved to South America, or did you pick it up specifically for this sojourn?
I spoke so like I was living in LA for 3 years, and then I also like when I was in LA I quit working in software. I'd worked in like restaurants for a while, so like I like spoke Spanish enough to like communicate with people who I was working with, but like not nearly enough as I do now. So like I moved to in the first part of my trip I was in Colombia, Brazil, and Peru, and then I started for the rest of my trip. I was like learning Spanish and Duolingo, and then I came back here, and now I literally during work times I speak English. After work times I speak Spanish.
Vijay, if
Damn, bro.
we need any examples of assimilation, look at the way he just said those countries. Like he's in there.
That's what I said, dude. Yeah. He just changed it up real quick. Like how
Dude,
Indian people will be talking and then we'll say, oh, and then we want to get a gulab jamun and go to Pakistan. And as soon as they say something Indian, it'll come out.
dude, it's funny though, because like I always hated when white people did that. I always found it to be so pretentious. But then like for me, because I speak Spanish so often, me calling it Colombia is actually like weird to me. Because like 99% of the times I say Colombia, I'm saying it to a Spanish person. So if I said Colombia, they'd have no idea what I was saying. You know what I mean? Or Peru.
So it's pronounced like colon, like Colombia.
You've seen,
Yeah.
you know how they say it, Colombia.
Colombia. Peru.
God damn it, dude. I gotta head there, man. We'll do some shit soon. Maybe next year, man. I've never been to any of
Brazil. Yeah, dude, South
now that
America's
I'm
the shit.
Canadian and got my mind open to what the world can be. So with socialism, I need to go. And now, well, I need to go to Venezuela and see Maduro and see what real socialism is.
Dude, she wants us to go to Venezuela, and I'm just like, no, I'm not.
Dude, don't go to that shit. Fuck
that's
that.
not
You don't know
happening.
what's going on over there,
She's
dude.
from there, right?
Yeah, she's Venezuelan, but her whole family lives within like a mile of me here. And like when we first started dating, like I was thinking like, oh, like we'll like live in Peru for a little bit, then like hop around different places in South America, and then it became very clear to me, it's like, no, she's not living further than 5 miles away from her mom at any given point. It's not happening.
I've heard that with chicks before. Like,
Wait, so isn't it wild that like somehow North America kind of stabilized with democratic to an extent governments, and then South America has just been filled with like Pinochet and fucking Hugo Chavez and all these like dictators, and I'm like, how did South America get so fucked, dude? And we got democracy in America, baby.
Yeah, I mean, so I've actually made a couple of videos on this channel about this, where like I actually defend a lot of the CIA's actions in South America. Because like people only tell like a lot of the story of what happened to South America is told by communists. So they're like, oh, there was this completely legitimate democratic election in Chile, and then the evil CIA came in. And the actual story is like, the Soviet Union spent millions of dollars trying to get their candidate. The Americans spent millions of dollars trying to get their candidate. The Soviet Union won, but their candidate was shit. And so we got rid of him. You know what I mean? But like, because of that, there was a lot of political instability in South America from the 1940s until today. And the big problem for them is that they've just been trying socialism, and socialism is fucking stupid. So,
But how are they not figured it out by following other world leader models and shit, right? It has to be because some totalitarian dictator just keeps taking over, right?
No, dude, like I gotta say some shit that's gonna get me canceled, I guess. But like that's what HATERADE's for. That's what HATERADE's about.
Yeah.
Like before I started traveling, if you were to ask me like why is South America so poor, I'll give you like an answer about like the history of American colonialism in South America, yada yada. The reason why South America is poor is because South Americans are fucking lazy. Like that's just the answer.
Bro, man, you can't say that, man. I'm telling MSNBC.
Dude,
all right, I'm telling Kamala what you said.
Here's the thing, like people in America will point out that Latinos in America are not lazy, and that's true.
No, they're not. They're absolutely not.
We get all the hardworking ones to come here because all the hardworking Latinos are around these lazy fuckers, and they're just like, I can't live here, and then they fucking leave. Like I've had this argument. I've had this argument with Latinos, and like I remember I was talking to this girl one time in Brazil, and like I was just like, I made this joke about like Brazilians always being late, and she's like, I'm never late. I was like, okay, we're at dinner right now. Did you show up on time? She was like, no, I was only 45 minutes late. I was like, exactly.
Dude,
you can't have an economy when people show up 45 minutes late to shit. Like, they just can't.
So what are they doing then with their spare time? Are they just having fun all the time? Or are they what? Siesta?
It's just like one thing I've noticed in America specifically, we have a very unique work culture that the rest of the world just does not have. Even Europe doesn't care about work as much as we do. The only people that kind of care about it as much. Yeah.
That's why I couldn't thrive in Vancouver. They didn't have a work ethic. I was out doing them all. They didn't like that.
That's Canada, yeah.
But like Southeast Asia, I think is the only area that has a similar work ethic to America.
Singapore.
Yeah, Singapore, Thailand, Cambodia, those motherfuckers work. But like most of the
What
world,
do
they
they
don't
fucking do,
work.
dude? It's a vacation paradise. In Thailand, you're telling me they work? I just know in Bali and in Thailand, all of the tech burnouts that just go there and then they live off of the fucking working class indigenous people. And it's just a bunch of like degenerate British and Irish and Australian people.
It is
Isn't that what
fucking
most
dope.
of Thailand and Bali is?
It's fucking dope, yeah. It's fucking dope.
Yeah, I know. So wow, who's working hard then?
No, but like Bangkok is actually like a thriving like metropolis. Bangkok
Yeah, I
is
never
really
went.
becoming like a big.
Bangkok does not sleep. That shit's open 24 hours. I have not seen a city like that since New York. It was nuts.
How many whites are in Bangkok?
A lot.
Is it mostly white? Yeah, okay.
I would say mostly, but like the funny thing about Thailand, and like so I like to rile up Europeans because I fucking hate Europeans and I hate Europe. I wish Europe would fucking
Yeah,
burn.
fuck you, Nick.
No, England's not Europe, but like so
Yeah.
we can look up the exact numbers. You can like test me if you want, but like so the percent of Thai GDP per capita that comes from tourism, like you just said, the Thai economy is living, off of burnouts, right? It's 11.4. It's 11.4% of the Thai economy is tourism. The French economy is 14.3%. France's economy is almost 50% more reliant on tourism than Thailand. Europe is a fucking museum. Europe is a fucking Europe is the continental version of the guy who was like the starting quarterback in high school, but like is now 35 and pumps gas for a living. Like Europe is just, I'd say the shit in the worst way possible, except for football and F1. They have that because of socialism.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't give a shit about football, despite wearing the FC Barcelona top. Superior fashion, superior football team to Man United. Sorry, guys.
Yourself.
But maybe Europeans, they figured out that like, because I'm kind of working a lot more now, like, and like, why am I doing this shit? I don't care. I really don't.
Why though?
Like, my job is a paycheck to me. Why?
Because like, and I know this seems kind of sappy, but like you're working hard so that your kids can grow up in a rich country and your grandkids and your great grandkids.
Yeah.
Like people don't realize this about Europe. In 50 years, Europe is gonna be poorer than Southeast Asia. And like growing up in a poor country fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. By the way, I spent a huge amount of childhood in Poland. I can tell you, just visiting that shit, it fucking sucks. Growing up in a poor country, you have no hope, no possibility for prospects or anything. So like, yeah, I mean, America, you work really hard, you die, you get a heart attack, all that shit. But at least your country, your family will be successful, and stay successful.
But do you think the Illuminati will let the whites not remain in power and let Europe fall? Like that's like, come on, dude. You're telling me white people are going to be poor?
Is Europe still white?
I mean, like, you're getting a lot more other people, but is that what's going to destroy it?
Is Europe still white?
Is immigration really what is going to destroy Europe then? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think it's actually a different thing. It's kind of like a funny type of, so people made this joke in the early 2010s where like, you had like all these like women, like first woman CEO of this company, right? But it was always a company that was about to go bankrupt, and they were just like, oh, let's like I remember like it was like Yahoo who like hired like Marissa Mayer, right? And like I think this is kind of what's like with Europe. Like Europe is just like imploding, and they're just like, yeah, okay, fine, bring all these people in.
Yo, I mean, that's a bad look if it's the first woman CEO and then every company that women are CEOs of collapsed, right?
Well,
wasn't Pepsi a woman CEO too?
What I'm saying is it's not the woman's fault. What I'm saying is like the company's collapsing, and so they're just like, all right, let's hire a woman. Like there's no, we're failing anyway.
So the woman's there for the way down, then basically.
Yeah. By the way,
okay.
Argentina, Chile, Paraguay have a higher percentage of white people than every European country.
Yeah, I mean, look at
Argentina,
England, right? Anek,
yeah.
how white is England anymore? I thought only London is really diverse.
Nah, you kind of get it everywhere now. Like, I went up to Milton Keynes the other day for the go kart. It was very diverse. Like,
Yeah.
so they've opened the floodgates to the point where now, like, the government's talking about sending all the immigrants to Rwanda, which is kind of nuts.
Wait, where does inbreeding happen the most in England? Because that's where you can have the most white people, no question.
No, Pakistanis.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, they're the number one cousin marriage. Right.
East of England, East Anglia, like Norwich, them parts, the people of there's jokes that people have webbed feet because a lot of from generations of inbreeding there.
We have that in West Virginia too. Yeah.
I saw a funny video. It was like a British man and woman, but of Indian descent, and they were literally like, "We're leaving England because of all these fucking immigrants."
I have friends that like it's not just immigrants in general. It's just the population is just insane. We're a small island. Like we can't justify having the number of people that we do at the moment. Like.
Yeah, dude. So
Yeah, I mean, America by landmass can justify that much immigration, but I still don't think it's the best idea to have such a porous border.
I mean, I also think that like one thing that we kind of get wrong in America about European immigration is that like our immigrants in America are very different than European immigrants, especially the new flock of European immigrants. Like people come to America to work hard. Like even even the criminals come to work hard at crime. You know what I mean? Like everyone's
yeah, man.
Take it, right?
You're lazy criminals in, that's the problem.
Yeah, dude, you want to have a booming fentanyl economy.
Exactly. But in Europe, they literally go there just to live off of benefits. And then they don't want to assimilate, they don't want to be part, they don't want to be part of England. So I was living in Morocco and I literally talked to so many people who were about to go to England. And they're just like, yeah, I just need to work for 8 weeks and then I just live off benefits. I was just like, yeah, I'm so glad that we don't have you coming to America.
Crazy, they're saying
but then look what happens if you were fucked in America. Then you're just a poor fentanyl crackhead on the street and there's no safety net. But I guess that's what we want, right?
Specifically for you.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I need that shit. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't work. If I wasn't scared of if I didn't see fentanyl addicts every day, I think that's kind of what keeps people in like New York and LA motivated. Is like you see and SF especially, you just see the worst of everything, and then you go to your fucking nice cushy tech office, and then you're like, yo, I'm not that like proximity wise, I'm very close to fentanyl. So it makes you feel like I could get there in my head. Also, based off of my history, which I'm not going to get into, I could totally become one of those guys. One of those fentanyl drug addicts. Yeah. But we're not going to get into my past. But we will get into Diddy's past. So.
Speaking of drugs, let's do Diddy.
Yeah, let's go. Let's fucking go. It's time.
I'm sure people have said that as pies. Let's do Diddy next. I'm sure that those words have been spoken.
I'm legitimately like, dude, Diddy's not the only one.
Oh no,
he's not even close.
The tip of the eye. It can't be just him if he has thousands of bottles of lube. Clearly, there's a cabal of
dude. Like, and then I'm like, yo, baby oil of all fucking things, dude.
No condom.
And then that much shit.
Single condom in sight. No one's talking about this. Thousands of bottles of lube and baby oil. No condoms.
Damn, bro. And then, yo, I saw this like Instagram video of like Justin Bieber, just basically like as a kid, like, look, it's funny to clown on Justin Bieber, but then I'm like, I'm pretty sure he got the worst fucking shit you could ever get as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
There's that songwriter chick, what's her name? Jaguar, right? She's been talking mad shit and it's all coming true. She's like, there's a video of Odell Beckham and what's that motherfucker's name, man? That weird singer.
No, Odell, the fucking
Odell Beckham, Trey Songz, and Justin Bieber in a club. Trey Songz is on the lookout. Odell's sitting there, and all of a sudden Justin's head pops up and he wipes his mouth. You're just thinking, no.
Nah, dude. Nah, don't do that to my boy, bro. No. I still like, dude, that whole Jack U album with Skrillex and Diplo, and then Justin Bieber had a song on it. Now Justin's got a place in my heart. And now now he's getting fucking, bro, he got the baby oil, man. He got dicked down with baby oil, man. Everyone was molesting him. Like, what's wrong with these people. But the right wing might be correct about all the pedophiles in Hollywood now, dude. Like,
Dude, so I actually made a video about this because like in general I'm very anti-conspiracy theory, but then also
Yeah.
like I've made a ton of videos about Candace Owens being a fucking anti-Semitic, insane lunatic. But then
yeah,
like
she's kind of hot though.
dude, she is hot. I will give her that. But like I saw an interview with her from like February where she was talking about the story. And so I made a video where I was like, look, she is wrong about a lot of shit, but she was right about Diddy.
Yeah, I know,
Crazy
man.
conspiracy theorists are right from time to time. She's not right
But what
about
about
the
Epstein's
Jews.
Island? Alex Jones was the first person to talk about Epstein's Island. He was right about that, right?
Dude, the funny thing about Epstein's Island as a story is that like that was literally public information since back in 2006.
Yeah, I know that. I saw
It
the
was
documentary.
literally publicly disclosed information, but for some reason no one in the media
The
talked
trial
about it.
happened recently, right? Because I
Yeah.
think Donald Trump brought it to light because like then they're trying to tie him with Jeffrey Epstein, and I think that's when everything blew up, basically.
Yeah, I forgot what the specific instigation was the second time, but it was something along those lines. Like, but yeah, no, I mean, it's the crazy thing with Diddy is that you're right. Like, there probably are just fucking pedophile rings in Hollywood. By the way, I actually have a story to break. I didn't even
Yo,
realize
shit.
this. I have a
Oh,
story to
fuck.
break. So, I was telling you guys that by the way, so just give us a back. I'll just tell the story first. And I'm going to tell the second story later.
Tell the
But,
story.
like,
Tell it.
I was working at Soho House for a while. Again, I quit tech because I wanted to like pursue writing. I wanted to like focus on writing. And do you know who went to Soho House a lot? LeBron James went to Soho House a lot.
Fucking
LeBron
dope,
James would literally just have a whole corner for the security people. One day he was staying there until like 1 a.m. or like 3 a.m. And all the people were pissed, and I was just like, whatever, it's LeBron James, he's chilling, right? And so I went there and like he had his hand around this girl who had braces on. And I thought,
no, dude, come on, bro.
because here's the thing, right? Is that like in South America, girls of all ages have braces. My girlfriend has braces. She's 26. But that's just because you can't afford braces until you're older in South America, right? But like in America, you can. You can afford them when you're 13.
I had it when I was like,
and she was looking very, very young, and she was drinking with LeBron James. It was him, her, and a bunch of dudes around. And I was like, this looks kind of shady. I never connected the two, but do you know who went to Diddy's parties a lot? LeBron James.
In fact, he said, no, listen, he said, ain't no party like a P. Diddy party.
He did say that.
And you know what else? Guess what club he has a percentage ownership in? Liverpool. I'm just putting it there.
It's true.
He's an part owner.
No, I've always hated Liverpool too, dude. Okay, I will support, man. I'm giving you shit, but like I do respect Man U. I respect David Beckham. Like, dude, you know Meek Mill was one of my favorite fucking rappers. I can't even listen to him anymore after all this Diddy shit, dude. Yeah,
dude, I can't
Mill,
listen to any of these people. I can't listen to any of these people. These
God
people are
damn
all
it,
fucking.
Right.
Like, whose dick did you suck?
Yeah. I'm like, bro, I thought Meek Mill was from the hood. He went through that life. Now I see this baby oil. The baby oil? He's my favorite rapper. God damn it. He's like
just audio. There's like stories of Diddy where like Meek Mill's in the pool and he's calling him daddy and they're all fucking hugging each other.
Dude, nah, bro. Yo, Meek was from the streets, dude. Dreams and Nightmares is one of the greatest rap albums.
French Montana, Rick Ross, all these boys, they're all in on it. And you know who broke this shit?
I got a lot of bad bitches in the building. Amen. Who are the bitches, Meek? Who are these bitches? Are you the bitch?
Meek Mill is the bitch. Meek Mill is the bitch.
Now I realized that Meek Mill was the bad bitch this whole time.
Not
God
Mitches,
damn it, man.
Not bitches, it's Mitches. Man bitches. Mitches. It's a bunch of Mitches.
Oh, I remember one time I saw a funny thing on Instagram, just like a quick derailment, but like it was like this guy was like, yeah, I was hanging out with my friend who's like a rich gay guy, and like we all went to like the back room, and I was like, who's bringing the bitches? And then someone commented, "You're the bitches."
God
If you
damn,
look
man.
if you look
Hey,
at it
so you know my
historically,
biggest
go on, say your
Go
point.
on.
I was gonna say like my biggest okay, it's not my biggest problem with pedophiles. My biggest problem would be that they fuck kids. But I'm just like, isn't like MILF porn the most popular? Like why? Like I've always like fucking been into MILFs. Like
Dude,
I
you're
hate
being
younger
gaslit.
women. I've never liked women younger than me. I just don't fucking relate to it.
You're being gaslit,
I'm like
bro.
by the MILF community.
By women. Women,
I've been
the
watching
whole
MILF porn my whole
MILF
life.
movement is a coordinated effort by women to convince guys to fuck old chicks. Because
No, dude.
they know that if they are career focused by 35, they're not gonna have a family, they're not gonna have kids, they're not gonna have anybody. They need young dick that wants to fuck them. So it's a psyop. It's been a psyop for the
Well,
past
I got
25
one.
years, ever
I don't
since
think
so.
American
Wait,
Pie.
you're telling me Lisa Ann is an agent, a psyop agent, then is what you're saying.
It's a whole psyop operation.
Go ahead, Danny.
Yo, one of our friends just texted me, and his only words were Epstein. And I'm like, you know who it is. I'm not going to bring up his name. But
Who?
if he listens to the podcast, he'll know too, just as a joke. But so, dude, one thing I noticed, like, now, like, in the porn I've been watching is, like, I see something I found really attractive, like, just, like, sunspots on the tits that can only come from MILFs. And I'm like, why am I kind of, like, into that? That can't be a psyop. That's
The
biology.
psyop. The
You go-
Dude,
psyop.
they can't get to me, dude. I'm too fucking smart, bro. I'm
No,
not
it's a
gonna let
psyop.
women psyop me, okay?
It's a
I
psyop.
am a fucking man.
You're gonna move to Palm Springs, Florida now, mate. That's your target market. You
The
leave New York.
whole MILF
I mean,
movement
look,
is a psyop.
by MILF, I'm talking like 35 to 45, okay?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I'm
a
not
psyop.
talking anything crazy. Not that I want to marry one, like, because I'm not that old yet.
Let me
but
ask you a
I'm just
question.
like, yeah.
Do you know any conservatives from like the South or anything like that who are into MILFs?
That's because they're pedophiles. Everyone on the right is a pedophile.
No,
That's what
dude.
they accuse them of.
It's because in the metro areas they've been psyoping you. They've been getting into your brain. Like it's against biology for you to want to date. By the way, if you want to, feel
Okay.
free. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying it's not a biological imperative
Okay,
that
well,
you
dude,
have.
let me state the average 35-year-old in like New York City or Sweden is gonna probably look better than the average 22-year-old in Mississippi, okay? I
I
think
don't
that's
know,
a fair
dude.
statement.
Those Southern girls are pretty hot.
Southern
Ah,
Belles.
bro, like, dude, they're on type 3 diabetes at this point, dude. Mississippi, are you kidding me? Now, I mean, the whites don't particularly age well, but they have Botox and shit now. Anek is against Botox. I think if you
Me
walk
too.
around New York City, wait, you too?
Yeah.
I think most
age
women.
naturally.
No, dude. Like most women have Botox in every major city. You lived in LA, dude.
Yeah, I'm against it.
How much fucking Botox was there?
A lot.
It's a shame.
Even
Dude.
at this wedding that I was the bride brought up that she did Botox, and I was sitting next to two black people, and she's like, "Yeah, we don't need that shit, motherfuckers." And but luckily they laughed.
Dude,
So that was good.
Mississippi girls are hot. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm Googling it right now.
I don't know. Well, I mean, maybe like University of Mississippi, like the football cheerleaders might be hot. Like,
Is that same?
I just thought Mississippi had like one of the highest rates of obesity in America. Or maybe that's like Texas.
Yeah, when they're like 50.
No, dude, are you kidding me? Like, I thought the reason the rates went up is because kids and like teenagers and young adults are also obese.
Yeah, but
Right?
it's not over 50%. It's like 30.
That's what I read. It seems like it's over 50%. Like a really okay, obesity rates. Can you wait, can you pull up the graphic like you used to do? Whatever you're looking at right now.
Just look at pictures of Mississippi sorority
Are
girls.
you
I don't
just
think I should
looking
be sharing
at-
my
you're looking at
screen.
Okay, Mississippi has some of the highest obesity rates in the United States and is considered to be a public health crisis. In 2021, about 40% of adults in Mississippi were obese.
Yeah, 40% of adults.
Okay, Mississippi has the second highest childhood obesity rate in the country.
of what's the rate?
Okay, let me see. Okay, let's see childhood. Bill Burr has a bit that's like, yo, like, like I understand if you're an adult and you're obese, but if you're a child, there's no excuse for that shit. Because
Dude,
he doesn't have any money.
Dude, even I was skinny when I was a kid. I mean, not like skinny, but skinnier.
So 44.4% of children are considered either overweight or obese. So it's like, okay, that could be obese is a different level, dude.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, like obese is next level
But
shit,
anyway,
bro.
dude, I'm just saying, look, I'm not defending pedophiles. Obviously, I don't think you should fuck women under 18 ever. But like the whole MILF thing is a psyop. But getting into your
Yeah,
head.
so how about like, dude, I'm 30, and then like I was actually talking to the like one of the friends at the wedding, and then like I was like, I think the youngest I'd go is 25, and I was like, what if I like banged the 22-year-old? He's like, nah, that's a little bit weird. That's like too young, and I kind of agreed. And then all the other dudes around us were like, no, like fuck that, she's 22. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's no issue there.
Yeah,
I'm
dude,
like,
I
yeah,
banged
but
an
I'm 30.
18-year-old when I was 32.
Oh, well, if they're like, damn, bro, that's crazy. I like,
It's legal.
yeah,
She's an
no, I mean,
adult.
yeah. In which country?
Those are two things.
Colombia, bro.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, if she's like a hot Colombian, maybe you gotta let the fucking rules slide a bit. You know what I mean, bro?
Is she ugly? Nah, she gotta be older.
No, of course not. If she's ugly, then like, I don't know, man. At this point, I'll take anything.
No.
I haven't really been going out that much, but I'm gonna like start changing that now that I'm like I'm in a very good productive zone of like working out and getting my creative music shit done, and then also getting my coding shit done and working towards a new job and all that. Well, this is a public forum, so I shouldn't say that, but I already told my manager that too.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. So how's the rest of the YouTube channel shit going, dude? Aside from HATERADE, which is obviously your favorite thing to do.
Dude, it's chill. We actually have a whole schedule. I was actually waiting for a moment to plug it, so this is a perfect moment. So tomorrow we have a Twitter live event with one of the lead F1 reporters from thescore.com. We're gonna be talking about the
Oh.
entire. So if you guys follow me on Twitter, 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. On Thursday, me and this guy named James Fishback. If you guys follow finance at all, he's known as the head of macro. Me and him are going to be doing a state of the race in politics of like what's happening right now, where we're at, all that type of stuff. And then next Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern time, me and my friend Spore, he likes to be anonymous, are doing a Twitter space with this guy named Delian, who is the CEO of Varda Space Industries, which is like a space company that is doing medical experiments in space. He's also a partner at Founders Fund, which is one of the dopest VC firms
VC firm. Yeah.
in the world. So we got a whole bunch of content coming up, and then I also might be going on this political debate channel that has like 200,000 subscribers. So we might get an influx of viewers to the show soon. So pretty exciting
fuck
stuff.
yeah, dude. I
But,
wanted
like-
to get our mutual friend to do a debate with you again, but he doesn't seem into it. Like he's just a bit, and I love you if you're hearing this, Yuli, but like he's just a bit indoctrinated. And he's a bit, I think people of that age are just so easily manipulated by the media that like he just doesn't want to see other fucking points of view.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I kind of noticed is that like it just like the core precepts that he just wasn't willing to challenge in any way, shape, or form. And a lot of them I felt like were like very reasonable propositions. Like, for example, I said that like I think that the government should be, held accountable to the people, which I think is just like what a democracy is. And it's like, but what if the people are stupid? It's like, well, that's what democracy is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and like, I think one of the big
So that's what he's
differences.
saying about the experts. Continue.
Yeah. No. I mean, like, the problem with the experts thing is that who chooses who the experts are? A lot of it is credentialism through universities. And what people don't realize is that credentialism in universities is such a politicized process that like you can't trust it for objective knowledge. Like I think the university system as a whole in America is gonna completely implode in like 20 years. Like I wouldn't want my fucking kids to go to university, this fucking Marxist indoctrination camp. Like just fucking start working at a tech startup. You know what I mean?
Well, dude, if you're studying like engineering or medicine or law, it's like you kind of have to go to university.
That's
I
true,
think all
yeah.
these other shit fucking majors, like a lot of these humanities shit,
Yeah.
even shit that was like initially legit, like political science, is something that's very, very important, and that's gone totally fucking communist and shit now.
Dude, I have a degree in political science, and then I worked in politics for 3 years afterwards. And let me tell you, that degree in political science did absolutely nothing to help me in my political career. Like not a single thing I learned in those 4 years was applicable to the actual work of doing politics. But like, can I show you guys a video at some point?
Yes. Show it now or whatever.
All right. So I told you guys, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
So I told you guys that this guy Delian is from from Founders Fund. So they have this famous like ad that they have, but then somebody put this Alex Jones speech on top of it, and Delian, the guy who I'm interviewing, retweeted it. And let me tell you, this video goes harder than any video you'll probably see in your life. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, we're big fans of Alex Jones, so yeah, play. All right, we're not getting any sound actually.
Up to Thomas Jefferson.
You're not?
Oh, okay. It's just a bit of a lag, dude. It's a bit of a lag. But you can just play it again. Fuck it.
There we go.
Instead of looking up to Thomas Jefferson or looking up to Nikola Tesla or looking up to Magellan. I mean, kids, Magellan's a lot cooler than Justin Bieber. He circumnavigated with one ship the entire planet. That's destiny, that's will, that's striving, that's being a trailblazer and explorer. This makes it's all there. It's beauty. It's incredible.
Damn, bro. I saw Interstellar.
Grandchildren and great grandchildren. To live in this nightmare system, these control freaks are creating. That's why I don't care about my matters. Tell them to fight them. That's what I don't care. Fear. I'm not fear of themselves and my flesh and not being to the challenge. Ask yourself, what are you doing this time? Great challenge. What are you doing to unlock others? What's the unlock? What's the unlock somebody? And they can unlock their soul.
Well, that inspired me to fucking love America more and Magellan as well, dude.
Dude, isn't that fucking amazing?
Yeah. I mean, I looked more into Magellan after hearing him initially say that when I saw him on Instagram, being like, yo, like Justin Bieber is not that special. Magellan sailed through the whole world. And I'm like, yo, the poor thing about Alex Jones, man, I'm sure he's like, bro, like he's probably seen so much of this Diddy kind of shit, this Jeffrey Epstein shit. I'm sure it just turns you fucking insane. Like, how much of this terrible shit would you even want to know about if you're out here looking into conspiracies, right?
Yeah, I mean, my feeling about conspiracy theorists, and this is like what I said in my Candace Owens video, is that like they're wrong about most things, but they're right about some very big things. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and like,
yeah.
if you have like a normie opinion, you are right about most things, but you are wrong about some big things. But I think the problem that happens is that people will be like, oh, Alex Jones was right about this and this and this, so he must be right about this other stuff. It's like, no, he is shooting like 1%. right? But that 1% is very big percent, but he is
Yeah.
shooting 1%. And like I actually like again like with Candace Owens, I was like because after I made that video, I decided to like watch a couple of her episodes, just like learn more so I can make a better video. And like, bro, like her show is fun. Like when she's not talking about how evil Jews are, like she had this like
Yeah.
30-minute thing where she went into like Kamala Harris's genealogy to prove that Kamala Harris isn't actually black. And I was like, who spends their time doing this shit? But it was like a fun time. I enjoy it.
She was also like, yo, Emmanuel Macron's wife is definitely a man, and I'm going to stake my career on it. And I'm like, this is what you're going to stake your career on?
Dude,
Is this the most important thing?
Dude, I'll be honest, bro. Like, I am not convinced of the evidence that Emmanuel Macron's wife is a woman. I'm not
But
convinced.
she is a pedophile. She did date her middle school student.
Yeah, no, I find that hilarious. Like, it's like the defense is like, oh no, she's not a transvestite. She's just a pedophile. You know what I mean? Like,
The French are just kind of very weird sexually, and they're very non-monogamous and shit. You know what I mean? They just get into all kinds of shit. So like, I'm
yeah.
sure shit like that's not even that surprising there. Like,
Oh,
they
all the
just
presidents have
smoke
that shit.
cigarettes and then just fucking all kinds of shit, and they're fucking at age like 14 and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. God, I like French women, I guess.
Dude, I'm not into but again, I'm not into white chicks. You guys can have the white
Yeah,
chicks.
why can't I marry a European then? It's because, okay, the problem with America, and like I saw someone talk about this, is like everyone's told that they can kind of achieve their dreams. And I think in like, you know, even our Irish friends have told us this, like, if you're out there trying to do dope shit, they're just gonna kind of like fucking roast you and make fun of you, and then it'll discourage you.
Yeah,
But
that's what I've
what
heard.
I want from a perfect society is I want that roasting combined with the ability to dream. Because a lot of these Americans, I feel like, are just not that funny anymore. Even in New York City, they just don't like the quick back and forth like a lot of these European people do, like Anek does, like our Irish friends do.
It's also like grind culture can be so fucking annoying. It's like people are just like, yeah,
That
man, I
too.
wake up at 3:45 a.m. and I read Proust for an hour and a half. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up.
So roast that guy. So you
Yeah.
got to make fun of him. Don't cry when you get roasted. Like, this is why I love my family, man. Is like, I grew up with all we would do is just make fun of each other for everything. And if my mom and dad and my brother are just all giving me shit, like, you think anybody else is gonna be able to fucking hurt me? And then I
Yeah.
go out and then I realize, oh shit, like most people did not grow up like that. That's why a lot of my friends are these European guys.
Yeah, growing up, my house was the same way. All we did was make fun of your family.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, and like it came from a place of love. It's like, and then this is gonna be a little sexist, but like us dudes, we all go up to each other, and the first thing was like, oh, like fuck you, you're a bitch, like you're a cuck, all this kind of shit. And then when we're behind closed doors, you know, you do enough drugs and drinking, you're like, oh, I actually love you, you're a good person. And then
Yeah.
these women are like, oh my God, I love you, you're so beautiful, like you look so great. And then behind their back, they're like, Sharon's such a fucking bitch. Like, I don't know why you even talk to her.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm saying that is because I've been hanging out with these stupid women that my friend, who shall not be named, has been introducing me to. And he's like, dude, women just suck. I'm like, no, you're hanging out with these fucking losers. God, I hate this one bitch so much. I wanted to kick her in the fucking pussy.
Dude, I think that there's also something to be said about like just being in like a wrong environment. Like, you know, like a lot of
What do you mean?
times, like I noticed this when I started traveling around the world. It's just like there are just some environments where it's just like you think you're the problem, but then you go into another place and people are more like you, and you're like, no, actually, I was just in the wrong place. You know what I mean? So like, if a lot of times I think if you're unhappy where you are in your life, a lot of times I think the solution is just to move somewhere else and just be happier somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I'm like, it's by moving in this case, I mean, like, I planned after this wedding, I'm going to cut a certain section of these people off.
Yeah.
A couple of them are my best friends, but they hang out with these people that I really don't like. And I'm just like, I don't need to hang out with anybody that's just every little fucking thing you need to have an opinion. Just shut up. And no one likes your opinion. And everything you do is fucking negative. And also you're fucking fat as fuck and a bitch.
He's talking about me.
And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about one particular person in general. I'm
Give
just
us some
going off.
If she was skinny,
Wait,
would you
what?
give her? If she was at least skinny, would you give her some brownie points?
I will allow if she was okay. And so if she was skinny, I don't think she would be this miserable and bitter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's just mad. Like, okay, dude, I can't. I want to tell this story, but I
Has
shouldn't.
anyone
'Cause-
has anyone in the group thought about introducing her to Ozempic?
No, oh, dude, I should say that. Okay, look, nobody even knows who this person is. Should I tell this? So she was married, and then that person changed genders, and then like now she just talks a
Wait,
load of
Farrell
fucking shit, and now they're divorced. Huh?
Wait, her partner changed genders?
Yeah.
That's
Bro,
fucking crazy, dude.
dude, the pussy made him change. I don't know, or
Oh,
like,
wait,
and then
you
now
are-
like she doesn't have an instinct. Wait, what?
I remember you telling me about this. Yeah, now I'm with you. Go on, carry on.
Dude,
And dude, she doesn't have a single. Huh?
dude, you gotta tell you something, like living in South America, man, like I can't imagine coming back to fucking New York. Bro, that's like a regular thing that happens. Like, bro, like I fucking what? That's fucking crazy,
Yeah,
dude.
it's like tell me you live in 2024 without saying you live in 2024.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, my spouse changed genders.
Yeah.
And then like, look, there's nothing wrong with that, but like, I'm sorry that happened to you. And then she claims to be super woke, and she wouldn't address her partner. She kept calling him he, and I was the one that was actually calling him they. Actually, and I'm like, you don't even respect your ex-husband's
Wait, he
now
was
wife.
He. Oh fuck! I'm saying it wrong. She was
Yeah,
there
bro,
then?
don't even. No, I mean, the partner was not there, but like, I was being sure to respect the pronouns. I was being woke. She
Then,
was
right?
She claims to be woke. She got offended by the word fucking Oriental, dude.
Wait, hold on. So you can't obviously say he because he's now a woman, but is it them?
I
They?
said they. They is always safe, dude. I learned this from working in corporate America. Yeah. And look, that's not even the point of the story. It's the fact that now you like this person is just bitter and taking it out on everybody. And like, look, I have a very strict moral code, as do all my friends, like Anek. Like,
You can't be selective with you can't be selective with your outrage, as Chris Rock says. Like, if you're gonna be mad at Oriental, then you can't also then misgender your ex-husband.
exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. God damn it, man.
Either call him a he and call him an Oriental he if you really want to piss him off, or
Oriental.
can't have your cake and eat it. I guess.
Yeah, dude. Again,
Yeah, well-
these types of conversations do not happen in Latin America at all. And
Yeah,
do not
I know,
miss them
dude, and I'm like-
whatsoever.
You know what though?
Also,
Brazil,
I'm just like, what is going on here?
in Brazil, there's like a very large transgender community. It has been for a long time. Like
Yeah,
carnival-
Brazil's pretty woke.
Yeah,
but like that's also why
Is
I'm
it
not
really?
living in Brazil.
I feel like
I mean,
Brazil is
there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I'll
No,
continue.
like, it's just fluid. Like I remember Fat Ronaldo was caught, the footballer was caught with like 2 transgender girls or people like a couple of
Yeah.
years ago. Like it's so open there, like it's not even a thing. Like it's very interesting in South America. I don't know about other countries, like Paul would know, but I haven't been, but I've heard in Brazil, like carnival.
Well, can
time,
you
like,
tell very easily? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
I know in-
there's a
pretty hard
lot
to
in
tell.
Colombia also. I mean, part of the reason why there's so many transsexuals in Colombia and Brazil and like Thailand as well and like Indonesia, right? Like all the places where guys go to fuck, you've got to have a lot of transvestites because you're gonna have a lot of guys. Because if you think about it, right? Like being a guy in Colombia is fucking terrible. It's the worst.
Why?
Why? Because first of all, you start off living in a poor country, right? You don't have a lot of opportunity, don't have a lot of ability to do anything with your life, really, right? Like you're probably at best you could be like a lawyer at a tiny Colombian law firm, right? Like that's kind of like your best, right? And at the same time, you're doing that.
oh no, wait, you got people like Paul coming in taking all the women. That can't
Exactly.
Be
Ah.
people.
No,
making it
100%, 100%. And like I was talking to some of them, and like they were like, "Look, bro, like it's nothing against you specifically, but there's so many white dudes coming in here for pussy that it's harder for the rest of us to get pussy." And
Yep.
so,
Is that
a lot
really
of-
what happens? God damn.
It's like that South Park thing. Instead of took our jobs, they took our girls.
100%. And so what happens literally is that like if you're a girl in South America or like in Colombia or Brazil, right? Like, you shouldn't do it because long term is not a beneficial thing. but you can just like go out with white guys, go to nice dinners, nice restaurants, suck his dick, and then live a life of luxury. And so a lot of guys see that and they're just like, fuck it, if you're kind of on the borderline, that 100% pushes you over. So there's so many tricks. So like I'll tell you guys a story one time.
Wait, that's gonna lead you to fuck a transgender? It's just because white men are taking our girls.
No. I'm not saying it'll cause you to fuck one. I'm saying if you're already like on the border, it'll push you over in order to become one. You know what I mean?
One question. Just
Oh,
your opinion, what do you think's the case? So say that situation happens, right? Like white guys come, take all the women, blah blah. Do you think the native dudes are more pissed at the chick or the foreigners? Or it's a combination of like 50-50? Because it takes two to tango. So even if the white guys are coming, the girl still has to say like, yeah, I picked the white guy. Who's the dude
I mean,
gonna piss at?
here's why I don't feel bad about it is because I live in fucking San Francisco where it's 80% guys, and it's like a similar type of fucking dynamic where like millionaires take all the fucking pussy and the rest of the guys get these fucking retreads. You know what I mean? So like I'm talking to the guy, I'm like, look, I'm a pussy refugee. I'm coming from from San Francisco, but no, I mean they're primarily angry at the guys, and like again, it makes sense. I'm not upset at them for it. One story this actually happened. So there's a long story about why I invited this girl out to dinner. It was like a last minute thing. Basically, I had reservations at like the nicest restaurant in Colombia, and me and the chick got into an argument the night before, so I canceled. So I had so many girls on my roster that I called one of them. She was like, "Yeah, I'll come." Right. So we never met before. We went out to dinner. I prepaid. You had to prepay at this place. So I was like, I just need some vagina across the seat for me because I'm not gonna waste this money, right? We go to dinner. She comes back to my place. She starts sucking my dick, and then I'm like, all right, let's fuck, right? And she's like, no, I have a boyfriend. And I'm like, what? And she's like, me and my boyfriend have a rule where I'm allowed to have white guys take me out to dinner, but the farthest I'm allowed to go is suck their dick. I'm not allowed to have sex
oh,
with
what
them.
the hell?
Interesting.
Yeah, so that
Well,
is how
was it-
normalized it is in Colombia, this situation.
Was it head to completion at least or no?
Yeah, it was completion. I kept on going.
Oh, well,
I'm
that's
not gonna
nice,
stop. Dude, that was $100 dinner, dude. I'm not fucking,
Dude, $100 dinner, cry me a fucking river, bro. In New York, like
Yeah,
people do that every fucking day.
Dude,
Even
it
when-
was
even when I
$100 a person, bro.
dude,
Dude, cry me a fucking river.
the times I go visit these fuckers in New York and I end up chatting to a chick, we go to dinner. Last one cost me like nearly $300 for a whole dinner.
Yeah.
Hey, white
Oh,
guy,
wait, where did you go again? Do you
She picked-
remember?
She picked some steak place downtown.
Oh, obviously, don't let her pick the fucking restaurant.
She's
Never
a
let that
local.
happen.
Better. She was a local. She was super chill, but yeah, it was.
Dude,
red
do you know how much? So my most recent dinner with my girlfriend, we went out. Do you know how much it cost?
$20.
No, no.
Like
Well,
what, $5?
No.
it was a nice
$10.
restaurant. 12.
Okay,
$50.
$10 to $15.
Well-
That's my final guess.
12, yeah.
Shit.
Ah, I was right.
You guys tip out there?
No,
How nice are we talking?
really nice.
$12. So even with tip,
Well, how much would it cost in Venezuela? Probably even way more because of how fucked inflation is there.
Yeah.
Food's probably really fucking good as well. Shit. Wow.
Dude, food was
Is
really
it,
great.
well, what food are we talking? Is it like rice and beans, tacos y burritos, or like?
So the burritos here are ass. The burritos suck, but we went to a pizza place, and the pizza is really good over here. A lot of Italians, so it was really good pizza. We got pizza, lasagna, drinks, $12.
Not bad.
Okay.
So
Damn, bro, why would that? I think I remember you talking. You made a video about it, about why there's good pizza and like not Mexican food.
What's the like national cuisine for Paraguay? Like each country has like some have pupusas, some have other shit. Like what's the national stuff?
Oh, I
for
love
them,
pizza.
for them, it's a lot of barbecued meat. It's very similar to Argentina the cuisine. The big difference between Paraguay and Argentina is they primarily season it with salt, while Argentina has like a whole bunch of seasonings, so it comes out a little bit more like beef jerky-ish. But it's really good. But like, they would have like all types of food here. Like one thing I realized when I was traveling, bro, is just like I literally like I would spend 3 days getting like local cuisine, and I'm like, okay, let me get pizza. You know what I mean? Like I'm here for a month. The only countries I didn't do that in were India and Japan. India and Japan are the only countries where I'm like, I'm getting the local food every meal. But like when I was in Croatia, I'm like, I'm not eating Croatian food every day. Fuck that. It's like my dick.
Oh, fair enough.
Croatian food.
But brave man, Indian
What
food.
kind of food is that?
Dude, it's
Some
just like
cracker
meat,
shit?
fish, potatoes. All most of these cuisines are the same, like these European type cuisines.
Ah, man, goddamn crackers, bro.
So wait, I have a question. Going back, like I know it's gonna be circling back a little bit. You don't
Yeah.
think Epstein? You think he's gonna live? He's gonna survive these charges? I think
Oh,
he's
did
dead.
he? He could kill himself. I mean, nothing's out of the fucking reach of
Kill
possibility.
himself.
Yeah,
Like, 'cause
that's
all
what I
those-
mean.
when they raided his homes, they took all the tapes. He was running a little blackmail scam up scheme similar to Epstein with all these high end execs. A lot of people are worried DiCaprio. A lot of these guys are going in hiding now. So
Yo,
I
he
reckon-
tried 50 Cent. He was like, yo, 50, let's go shopping. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I'm like,
bro, I'm telling you, that guy is the ultimate troll. Watch him come out with a Netflix series on this shit. He's a big
dude,
business.
it's already signed up. He's already signed up
I
to do
love
it.
On it? Oh, there
Yeah,
we
he's
go.
already signed up to do it. Dude,
so what's he doing? A documentary?
Yeah.
Surviving Diddy thing. Like he talked
Dude,
about it.
I actually believe that Epstein killed himself, but
Nah, dude, why? How could you believe that?
Wait, you believe
What
he
the,
did?
do you see the fucking cellmate too?
what?
Wait, Paul, you
Did
believe
you
he
see
did?
the Epstein cell-
Does he his cellmates?
Yes.
No.
I mean, no, the,
And
guy,
like, Paul said that he
the cellmate looks like
Okay,
someone someone, but just the basic physics of the way he died, like that's not self-inflicted. Like the way that the marks on his
Okay,
Yeah.
let me paint a picture for you, okay?
Here we go.
You're what is he, 67 years old, right?
Oh,
You spent the last 50 years of your life living as a billionaire, flying around the world to your private island with presidents, kings, fucking 13-year-olds, doing all the shit that you wanted to do. You lived, in your opinion, the perfect life for 50 fucking years, right? You've had it all. You've had everything, right? You're insanely rich. You've done whatever you wanted to do, right? You're not 67. You're sitting in a fucking cell. You're looking for the rest of your life is going to be getting the shit kicked out of you and getting raped by other inmates. Why would you want to stick
Yeah.
around for that shit?
he was gonna cut a deal. They were gonna.
Yeah,
let
I
him-
mean, he could have figured out a way to get out, dude. He has billions of dollars. You think he
had
wouldn't
to-
have figured out some?
Look,
No.
they said no. They said to him, no. They said to him, look, you're fucked. You're here now. Give us all you have, and you can make a plea deal. I don't know if it was going to be Witsec or what they were going to do with him. He had a way out, and when they realized this motherfucker's going to squeal, he killed himself.
Dude, he was
So
67.
Cosby got away with it.
Dude, he was 67
Dan
years
Harvey
old,
wants-
bro. Like
I mean,
he
Cosby didn't really get away with it because he came out of jail, but he's fucking ruined. He's done. Like he's fucked. He's cooked.
Yeah, but so Epstein could have done the same thing. At least you're not getting raped every day, right?
Even if he'd got out, he would have been murdered on the outside. Too many important people were on his shit list or on his evidence.
Yeah.
Same
yeah,
with
so
Diddy.
why wait around for that shit? Why not just say, hey, mate, thanks guys, I've had a great time. Sayonara.
I think in that case,
To be fair,
I
like,
think he would have killed himself before he got arrested. Then why wait to even get arrested? If you know the cops, like he knew that the shit was hitting the fan, maybe even a couple weeks before. Just kill yourself in the comfort of your own home. Why do it in a jail cell?
Well, because in 2006, he got off basically scot-free.
Yeah, but
So he thought he was gonna get off scot-free again. But then he got
Again.
arrested, and then he saw, the stuff, and he was like, "Oh shit! Like I'm gonna be here for the rest of my life." And he was just like, "Bro, fucking peace, bro. I'm done." But here's why I believe that Epstein killed himself, because if I was Epstein and I was in this situation, I would kill myself. No question.
yeah, but
No
like
question.
what you were saying earlier, where Epstein got away scot-free, even if he went to jail, like I feel like a guy like that would not lose hope that he could also just get out of it again.
Yeah, but it's different. The
Like,
reason,
like,
the reason,
there's
the,
always. Oh,
the,
I was gonna say, if you have money, there's always a fucking way, dude. And like,
the
like, dude, if he has to give up all of his money, okay, he's probably got like millions stored in like secret fucking areas in Cayman Island banks that nobody knows about. You get the fuck out of jail, you get that shit, and then you get the fuck out of life.
The money
You don't have
wasn't
to kill yourself.
the money. Ghislaine's dad gave him all that money. He wasn't some finance expert. Robert Maxwell,
Yeah.
that blackmail scheme that he was working, he got
Yeah.
off.
Didn't she like not even go to jail or some shit?
She's in
Ghislaine?
jail. Ghislaine's in jail, but I don't know if she's. I think she's just going to do her time. She's not doing a plea deal. That's why they let her live. Apparently, right now, like she's.
Wait, let me see what she. Wait, is Ghislaine in jail? Let me see.
She tried to get out during COVID. She was saying something like COVID conditions or something, but they kept her in there. But Robert Maxwell, the mastermind behind this shit, this blackmail scheme, he got off his boat, sailing boat, shipping boat, whatever, mysteriously. Epstein inherited it, even though Ghislaine's the daughter. Epstein became the new Robert Maxwell. He got off mysteriously. Whoever inherits that shit, whether it's the money, the blackmail setup, whatever, like it doesn't end well for you.
I just think that like there's a history of people like Epstein. Like actually, people don't know is Charles Manson was basically the Jeffrey Epstein of Hollywood. Like he literally like the Manson girls were all 14 to 18-year-old girls that he let movie stars have sex with. And so like I just don't see like I've seen people say like he's like a CIA asset and shit. And I just don't believe that
like,
stuff. Like
well, so I thought the entire point of Epstein shit is he was trying to get like very influential people to bang these underage girls and then have dirt on them, right? And then that's what the whole CIA asset was. And then he's like, do what we say, otherwise we're gonna leak all this underage shit that you did.
So like,
wasn't that
sure? There's that, or he could just have a plan where it's just like, look, I know that there are a bunch of dudes who want to bang underage girls, and they'll give me money in order to do that. Why don't I help them bang underage girls?
Why is that?
No, I don't think anyone's gonna admit to fucking doing that, right? Unless they're idiots or maybe hammered. Like, I feel like it's he goes introduces some girls. Maybe they look kind of young. Then he bangs them. Then he's like, okay, those are underage. Now we have you. Now we have your soul.
But to do what? What is the thing that they want these people to do?
So basically, so the way the thing is, right? I've gone down this sort of rabbit hole. Again, when Robert Maxwell was set up, like this whole blackmail scheme, his was done a little bit more differently. When Jeffrey Epstein inherited it, Ghislaine was the entryway to these like positions, like these power plays of, you know, like these big important parties, the mingling. She would introduce him to that world of high society, influential people, industry. This guy apparently would come dressed like in shitty little jeans and a random white shirt, very diminutive, no charisma about it. People are like, who is this weirdo? Like, why is he even here? He had no charisma. He'd whip out his phone. Imagine like there's 2-3 like, you know, big guys talking. He would just go into the crowd, pull out his phone, and be like, oh, look what I smashed the other day. And men being men, oh, fuck me, that's a bit nice. He goes, oh, you like this? Oh, I can get you this and this. Rope them in, like Vijay said, record them without them knowing, then tell them afterwards, underage, blah, 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 we have you. Now we need you. This big drug, you know, this agenda of ours, we want this big drug pushed in pharma or whatever, for example. Those pharma reps, whoever was in charge of that shit would then be forced to do their bidding. Other people in higher government authorities or powers. We'll never know the full story, but this seems to be the crux of what the narrative is.
But my question is like, why do you need the blackmail? Like, why can't you just?
Why does anyone ever need blackmail?
Paul, if I said to you now, I want you to start supporting Man United, promote something of mine, and we're not friends. I don't know you from Adam. I just come up to you, hey man, you have this YouTube channel. I want you to promote this, this, and this. And you're like, why? Why would I do it? And then I pull out with.
Let me frame this differently, okay? Let's take underage kids out of it. Let's pretend it's just drugs, right? Let's just pretend it's ecstasy, right? And instead of you're the Jeffrey Epstein of ecstasy, right? And we're in SF, right? And we go to parties, we're doing ecstasy. VJ introduces me to you, right? And he's like, hey, you're like, if you ever want ecstasy, call me. By the way, I'm sure this has happened to you multiple times in your life. It's happened to me multiple times in your life. You have just an ecstasy guy, and he gets introduced, and he's just like, "Hey, if you ever need ecstasy, call me. I got you." Right now, I call him. We're friends, and he's just like, "Hey, by the way, I saw you worked at this company. One of my boys is trying to get a job there. Do you mind helping him out?" And I'm like, "Hey, I've done ecstasy with this guy 10, 15, 20 times by now. Sure, give me your boy's resume. If I can help him, I can." Like, why can't it just be like that? Why can't it just be like, "Hey, I'm a power broker where I know all these people. They all want to have sex with underage girls. I'm giving them that thing that they want, and now I'm making these connections between people. There doesn't have to be extortion. It's just networking, right?"
Reason for
That makes more sense too.
Again, it could make sense, but the thing I think is the extortion is because your ask there of giving someone a job or an interview is on a smaller scale than I think their asks were quite high. It went against like maybe company policy or didn't make financial sense or whatever. It just they couldn't justify the ask to their company or to whoever unless the extortion element was in there. It was like you almost going against. If I say to you now on the YouTube channel, "Yo, instead of charging $5, I want you to start charging $8 for these specific channels." You're like, "Why would I do it? It goes against my own interest." And then I pull out the blackmail, like, "I need you to do this, otherwise this will come out." It's a way of.
So here's the opposite side of that argument, though, right? Now, let's say again you're the ecstasy guy, right? And I'm talking to, I'm not gonna say a person that we know. I'm gonna say a guy named John, right? And there's no extortion or anything, right? You and I are just friends, right? And we're doing ecstasy, and I get drunk and I tell my friend John about all the ecstasy that we're doing, right? And he's like, "Man, that sounds fucking dope. Like, can you get me in touch with the neck?" I'm like, "Sure, man, he's the ecstasy guy." I get you guys in touch, and now your network grows, right? Now, let's pretend while you and I are doing ecstasy, you take pictures of you and I doing ecstasy together, and you ask for a favor, and you're like, "Hey, if you don't do this, I'll send this to your boss, right? I'll get you fired," right? In that situation, I'm not introducing you to John anymore. I'm not introducing you to other people because now I have a bad taste in my mouth with you. Now I'm like, I don't really want to do ecstasy with you anymore because now I'm being extorted. So I'm just saying, like you and I agree about the basic tenets of what was going on. I'm just saying, I think that Jeffrey Epstein was able to do all that stuff without blackmail. I think he was just a power broker. I think he was just a guy who connected people.
I think the two things there are one. I think he was. So let's say in that example, I was trying to blackmail you to do me the favor. You might not introduce me to John. You might not introduce me to Jake, for example. I'm throwing names out there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, look, you've already introduced me to John. Now, if you tell anyone, if I hear from anyone that they're not interested in talking to me because of this thing, you cannot tell anyone you're being extorted. One. Two, the person connecting him wasn't even the people he was extorting. Ghislaine was always that doorway. She had so many connections to her parents.
Yeah.
He would need to connect through the people he was fucking. He was screwing over multiple herds of people through her, and she was in love with him. She was his mistress, like not mistress, was his madam.
Her bottom bitch.
She was. Oh shit. She was his pimp, literally.
Yeah.
His pimp. Like she was like, he would never have that issue of not being able to get the connections to her because him and her were like this, a joint at the hip. So he always had that open thing. And if he screwed over, let's say he burned Bill Gates or someone, he doesn't have to worry about Bill Gates introducing to the next guy because Ghislaine would have the networks anyway. And he'd be telling probably someone like Bill Gates, "Don't tell anyone I'm doing this to you, motherfucker," or it comes out even more. Like,
but I'm gonna say that your network has a lot more power if every single person in your network is introduced yourself to people. You know what I mean? Like then your network is a lot more powerful than just relying on Ghislaine. He said Ghislaine has power over you.
But he won the mental warfare with Ghislaine. Ghislaine was in his pocket, and Ghislaine's connection so deep. Ghislaine's not one of those regular people. She might have a few. She had all the connections. She was the one person connected to everyone. And then you had Pedo Andrew, who then hooked him up because he was also a fucking sicko. So it just takes two.
Your boy.
Yeah, Pedo. No, not my boy. Oh, fuck that guy. Queen's favorite son, apparently. Pedo Andrew. Ghislaine. All you need is a handful of these motherfuckers, and you got your little Pedo Avengers together. And you got everyone.
I'm just saying that
he's like Thanos, and each cunt, Ghislaine on the thumb, Pedo Andrew
Diddy
Diddy on the middle finger, like he's got his Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
You snap his fingers, and the world's a fucking mess.
By the way, I do believe that Diddy extorted people because
100%.
there are
Yeah.
tapes. There are
Yeah.
tapes. But for Jeffrey Epstein, I think it was a little bit like more refined than that. I think it was a lot more of just connecting people, getting yourself on boards, all that type of stuff. I think that's what he was really after. You know
No,
what I
Paul,
mean?
you might be
Like,
right that it's done more subtly than just straight up blackmail, but like at the end of the day, it seems like straight up blackmail. You do smaller favors to get to the bigger ones, and at the end of the day, you do have dirt on them if you ever need it. They have it in case they need it. That's the thing.
but
In case all shit goes loose, and then there's a general that went to Epstein's island, you'd be like, "Yo, general, you trying to fuck with me? I got you on this. We can leak this at any time, just in case."
There's like a history of these tactics you can find on YouTube. I'm not going to say too much, but there's a specific subset of people that like culturally that have passed this down generation in terms of a tactic. And you see it now with all the top execs or the top board level room people, where it's like these top execs in the Universal Music Group, big extortionists. They fuck all their artists over. They have a lot of shit. Diddy was in joint at the hip with people at UMG and all these other companies. These are the guys.
range.
These the guys that taught him the ropes for him to become the gatekeeper and fuck everyone else over moving forward.
Although I do have to say with Diddy, his dad was the right-hand man of Frank Lucas. So
No, wait, is that true? What the fuck?
yeah.
I never heard of that shit.
I know his uncle was big in the big gangster or some sort of. Yeah, he comes from his mom's apparently nuts, and his mom essayed him as a kid apparently.
Well, here's my question.
Oh, what the fuck? No way.
Did Diddy fuck Biggie? Were they fucking?
Yo, no, dude, why are you throwing this out there, bro?
Did he side Biggie because there's more tushin for the pushin?
Bro, I respect Biggie even more than Tupac, man. Don't say that shit.
So there are some very suspect lyrics in certain songs. We don't need to go down the rabbit hole of that.
Wait, you know about this too?
It's everywhere, bro. My favorite podcast is like there's a guy called Craig Smith. Yeah, he's based in LA. Brilliant comedian, brilliant podcast. He's on 5150 with Corey Holcomb. He literally put out a thing a week ago saying like, because apparently they're gonna look up into Biggie again about the death. He goes, if they find a bit of puff in Biggie, I'm upset. As in, you know.
No, dude, dude, don't even talk about that, bro.
Honestly, I can't believe it. Like, I don't want to believe that.
These people are all fucking actors. They're all fucking full of shit. Like,
Okay,
they're
so
all
why do they have to fuck their artists? Why do they have to fuck other men?
Power moves.
power. I agree with the deck on that.
Prison rape, kind of?
No. So apparently the guy that was the head of the music label that Diddy worked for,
Lucid range.
yes, so Diddy's boss was blowing that guy. Diddy was blowing his own manager at the time. Like, it's a chain of command. It's a power move.
Dude, like, yo, Diddy was into women. Didn't he have a wife? Well, how much? I mean, I know he clearly wasn't because of the baby oil, but like,
Oh, do you know how many of these guys supposedly the wives?
Bisexual.
The wives, yes. First of all, that, and secondly, the wives are like a Rolex watch. It's an accessory for the outside world.
Yeah.
man, dude, I've heard of selling your soul to the devil, but now I'm hearing a lot about selling your ass to Diddy, bro. And I'm like, that's a line I will never cross.
Cat Williams interview with Shannon Sharp. He was like, I've rejected $50 million 4 times to protect that virgin hole. And then you know what he says next? Because P. Diddy
wants
the party, and you gotta tell him no. Shit.
Dude, there's so many lyrics coming up.
Dude, in 2011.
I did, but Shannon Sharp's like what you were saying about conspiracy theories is I'm like, I believe like a decent amount of what you say, but there's also definitely some places where he's full of shit too.
Dude,
or that whole Cat Williams. Yeah.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. 2011, Cat Williams came out with a short video. He called out Diddy, he called out Jermaine Dupri. Now there's stories coming out. Remember that young
Cedric the Entertainer?
Yeah, but do you remember
not for pedophilia, but for stealing jokes?
So you remember that young group back in the 90s, Crisscross, them 2 boys that had the song, you know, Jump, Jump, Crisscross, all that shit? Jermaine Dupri apparently destroyed those boys. So
Jermaine Dupri definitely liked
you know what I mean? Like, and him and Diddy, they were boys. Apparently Jay-Z's even worse than Diddy, but he's just very slick about it. Like, he's not as flagrant as Diddy is with this shit.
Dude, Jay-Z might be going down also. Apparently Beyonce was part of it. I've heard theories that Beyonce
No.
Dude, okay, look, this is going to be a very hot take, yeah? It was super fucked up what happened to Cassie. That video is disgusting. But there are stories.
Yeah, yeah, the beating.
Oh, but there's stories that when he was doing this shit to Kim Porter, his wife that got killed or died, let's say, Cassie lot were in on it. You're in the inner circle, and then it's like bullying, in it. Like if you're in school and the main bully kid's bullying another kid, and you don't want to be bullied, you might join in with the bully to pick on the other guy. It's like this
And
weird.
then you get bullied, and you're trying to deflect as much as possible.
Exactly. So Cassie, all these girls, they're all in on it to a degree. It's fucked up what happened to them, and you're happy that they're out of that shit. But you can't be with Diddy for 10 plus years and tell me you weren't privy to some of this shit.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not happy any of these people are out. I mean, the actual victims, yes, but I'm hoping that all these motherfuckers go down.
Dude, the reason he
Okay,
killed
wait,
Kim
let me say.
Porter, apparently Kim Porter had a tell-all book coming out. And
Yeah, she died like 2 weeks before it came out.
And
Oh,
Again-
goddamn, bro.
By the way, I just want to say, for the record, I've said this entire conversation, I have videos attesting to this. I do not believe in conspiracy theories at all. We just had an argument where I said that Epstein did not kill himself.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie,
This Diddy shit, I'm believing all of these stories.
it's disgusting. And Usher
Okay,
to the
wait,
whole
let me.
party, like it's fucked. Like it's
Justin
such
Bieber.
No, that's not cool. But this is what's good about social media and like Instagram and this shit is like you can just promote your own music now. You don't need fucking gatekeepers in the music industry. Yeah, it's still in Hollywood. It's filled with gatekeepers because you need that to make movies. But like, I know people that are just getting famous on fucking Instagram now from posting their own clips. I'm like, no Diddy's involved. No asses need to get wrecked for this shit. Just
Yeah,
put
but
out good
here's-
fucking.
But here's the problem, right? So you just said earlier, you're talking about Justin Bieber. He was on an album with Skrillex. He's like, oh, I fuck with him, right? That's how
Yeah.
so much shit in Hollywood and the music industry happens. That if you want to get on that other album, if you want to, like, for example, like after Drake gave up against Kendrick Lamar, I can't listen to Drake anymore. But I actually fucked with Drake for a few years. But like
No, I still like Drake.
the way that I got into Drake was he was in a bunch of YG shit. I was like, okay, well, YG fucks with him. I guess he's chill. Then after I listened to Drake, I said, oh, the guy's good, right? That's how so much shit in music happens. That if you are not in that circle, if you don't get in that room, it's hard to get yourself exposed to different audiences. And in order to get in that room, you need to put on the baby oil.
Oh, okay. So maybe at that level, you're correct. However, you can just work your way up. You start releasing your own shit. It's good. You get that blue check. You start hitting up other blue check people. If they fuck with their shit, they'll fuck with you. Why do asses need to get destroyed? What's the point of these anuses getting destroyed?
DJ, are you just trying to justify you not putting baby oil on? Because if you want to make it in the music
No, I
industry,
just don't
you're
want
gonna
this
have to
to
put the
be
baby oil
how it
on.
has to be. No, I think
Hey,
it's like
I think it's a question of delayed gratification.
gratification. Yeah.
Like if you know you can make it in 20 years of doing it the normal way, like as in saving your virgin hole, or you can do it in 2 years, but you gotta, a lot of people might.
Here's the problem,
No,
though,
I
Nick.
don't want anything up there. I don't want it. God.
Here's the problem, though, Nick. Here's the problem. How many artists can you name that became famous in their 30s?
That's the point, though. With all these guys blowing up the way they are, you gotta wonder how many have had their backs blown for it.
No, but what I'm saying is that, like, in order to become famous, you have to be between 15 and 25. So you can't wait 10 years. You need to put on the baby oil.
You're talking about a very specific thing. Like if you're in EDM and shit, like Tiesto's 47. There's plenty of other people that are getting like really big in their fucking 30s. But that's like EDM, like SoundCloud shit.
Yeah.
If we're talking about world famous, you are correct.
DJ,
If you're talking about world famous,
all we're saying is you have three options in your life. Either A, keep on becoming an engineer. B, put on the baby oil. Or C, HATERADE blows up. These are your three options in your life.
Right.
Three options.
I think C is the obvious fucking option there.
And by the way, once HATERADE blows up, we're buying some baby oil. No, I'm just kidding.
no, dude, no, dude. All right, that is a good fucking. All right, how long has it been? Just wondering.
I don't know how long. What time is it? I my phone plays
7:20?
right on me.
7:20 EST.
Do you guys want to keep on going, or do you want to call it a night?
I'm committed now. Wherever you guys want to play it, you guys got me.
Yeah,
started.
I mean, all right, I'm committed to. Fuck it. I don't know what else we.
Do you want to do one more subject?
Yeah, you got one.
All right, what else?
Yeah,
What do you
I'm
got?
just
What
gonna
do you
read through.
think
But
Wait,
by
sorry,
the way,
just-
I have a.
Wait, how about Anek? Anek, you go.
Sorry, just to end that last bit. So Diddy, alive or dead? I think he's dead by Christmas latest. I think they're gonna kill him.
Oh, I could see it happening either way.
I think he's dead, and then Jay-Z's arrested next. Watch. That's my take.
I don't want, dude. Like, I'm not happy about any of this shit. Like, I love Jay-Z, dude, and I think Beyonce is a babe. Like, like, neither implicating them. Do you think that they all did bad shit to get to where they are?
I'm gonna say this last point as well. Sorry. There'd be no Beyonce, there'd be no Eve, none of this bullshit. If Aaliyah was alive, she was the only top female star. None of these other half-ass bitches stood a chance.
I've heard
mean R.
conspiracy
Kelly's Aaliyah?
theories.
Yes, she was the only one that could, and because she rejected R.
I
Kelly.
can't name a single song of hers.
Aaliyah?
Aaliyah? No, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck she did. I never listened to that kind of music that much anyway.
Dude. So,
OG superstar.
is that song "Are You That Somebody"?
I have no fucking idea.
So I've heard conspiracy theories that Beyonce is behind Aaliyah's death.
There we go.
Because that death is pretty suspicious. That's a pretty suspicious death right there.
There we go. That's what we were trying to get to. There it
And
is.
by the way, we also there are a lot of deaths in the music industry that, for example, even think about Amy Winehouse, right? Like she died from alcohol poisoning. Okay, maybe somebody slipped some fentanyl. You know what I mean? Pay off a coroner.
Now you're trying to do it. Okay, well, now you're getting into conspiracy theories, bro.
Oh, 100%.
Why do you want Amy Winehouse?
We've been in conspiracy theories. We've been in conspiracy theories.
I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, so why Amy Winehouse then?
No, I'm just saying in general, there are a lot of suspicious deaths in the music industry that, for example, in the movie industry, you don't have as many of these type of crazy deaths that happen.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, and
the
Sharon
woman,
Stone or whatever her name is.
Marilyn Monroe, the woman who was fucking the president who got assassinated. That's my
Yeah,
point.
that's kind of crazy.
That's my point.
JFK and Bobby Kennedy, both.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the pimps, bro.
You like in the music industry, you don't grow old. In Hollywood, you do. Robert Redford. You have all these people who are old, but like in the music industry,
Yeah.
some shitty shit happens.
Apparently, Marilyn preferred Bobby over JFK, which is nuts because he's the president.
JFK
Yeah, I know, man,
actually
but
had
might take it down as well, bro.
JFK actually had a lot of like physical injuries and physical problems, so I can see that happening.
He had issues.
Wait, what physical injuries?
He had some sort of diseases. He was
Yeah, he was also in World War II. He got like his back like shot up.
Ah, damn, bro. Bro, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, like he fucked Marilyn Monroe. I think the bigger thing was he was trying to dissolve the CIA, right? And then they did not like that.
So again, I don't believe I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. I don't believe that the CIA.
You don't
killed
believe
JFK.
that?
No.
What?
Oh,
Dude, it's so
that's like
obvious.
one of the only ones that I actually do believe, kind of.
So obvious between the CIA.
With,
the
if you've seen the documentaries and evidence and like just how difficult that shot is to make from Lee Harvey Oswald.
he was the patsy. It wasn't even him. There were multiple shooters.
Yeah, I know. Like we don't need to fully get into that right now.
Right. I am a big
We
conspiracy.
just got into Epstein and Diddy now. How much pedophilia? How much conspiracy shit do we need?
Flat Earth.
Oh God, Baby Oil was funny. Baby Oil was funny.
There's
Man.
a picture of someone putting it all on like a table. I don't know if it was AI generated, like the number of bottles and what it looked like. On the table. Doesn't make sense. Where do you even store that in the house? Like you need a whole section of the house just to keep it there.
His
Yeah,
lawyer
was it 1,000 bottles?
Yeah, his lawyer said that he liked to shop for deals at Costco, and then Costco came out with a statement and said that we don't carry that brand of baby oil.
One of his bodyguards were like, they went to like a sex shop to do shopping, and they were looking at the stuff Diddy was buying, like butt plugs, and he spazzed out. He turned and goes, "Can I just shop? Let me do my own shopping. Don't look at what I'm buying." Like this fucking freak.
Money, power, fame, dude. That's why.
I don't understand that thing. You know, some people say
No.
that even rock stars like, I've had so much pussy, why not try like some dick? I'm like, I don't get it. You like pussy, you like pussy. I don't know. I don't think there's any reasonable amount of pussy that'll be like, all right, I want to switch now.
So Andrew Schultz actually made this
Apparently said
point
that.
with a different controversy that was happening, which is that people say like these rappers and these rock stars fuck thousands and thousands of women, but it is the same pool of like 1,000 women. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Bestie, yeah.
like all
It's
of
just a
these
bunch
guys
of
are
great,
passing
like,
around the
girls.
same women between them. Like
Right.
it's
What are these
not.
women hoping for? Do they think they're gonna wife up one of these rock stars, or they just want some famous
Get
dick?
chose, or might get chosen. It could be a great story they tell their.
It's also the same shit that the Colombian girls want. They want to be taken out to a nice dinner. You know what I mean? They want to be able to flex on their friends.
Live, bro. They want to live. Let them
Yeah.
live.
Can I live? Can I live, VJ?
Yeah, bro. I
Jay-Z
mean,
song.
dude, you are living, bro. You really are.
No, dude, I'm living the married life right now. I go to sleep at 9 p.m. every day. After watching The Office. I'm retired.
Introduce her to the British office if you can. I'm interested to see it. I don't think they'll get it though. I don't think she'll understand the humor.
Yeah, it's difficult because it's in Spanish.
Oh yeah, I can't even call him. The Spanish translation of the British office would be very interesting, actually.
Yeah, but I mean, there are too many like puns and stuff. You know what I mean? Like even like the puns in like, the American Office, she doesn't. Because like I speak enough Spanish now that I understand the Spanish that they're speaking, and also like subtitles, which are like the actual like word for word of the script, and it is very different. Like they do not. The humor doesn't translate a lot of times. So you know, she'll look at me and be like, "Why are you laughing?" And I'm just like because he didn't just call him a dumbass, he said it in a funny way. But you know, anyway, that's just living abroad.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
So
All right, I actually might have to
do you
get
have another
back.
topic, or are we closing it out?
Last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I
fuck
have
up.
to close it out.
I have a thing for people who've stayed around. We're still watching this. It's an idea that I came up with, that VJ or whoever is named that John is
Whatever.
very against. But if enough people do it, I think I can force him to actually do it. So if you've stuck around and you have watched this entire fucking 2 hours, go to the channel, go on the link, go to the Patreon page, sign up for $10 a month. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a HATERADE WhatsApp group where me and the other two, who I can't name for some reason because they're pussies, you're gonna be part of our HATERADE chat. I'm telling you, it is crazy. You guys can attest. We see some shit there.
Just to put in there as well, all donations will be going towards the fund for Vijay's baby oil. We're just and there will be baby oil, there will be lube.
Anyway, I think that if we can get 10 people to sign up, I think I can get VJ to agree to do this. And what we will do is we will have you as a viewer. You're not gonna be able to comment because we don't want 1,000 people chatting. You'll be a viewer. And then if you sign up for $50, one day a month or one day a week, we'll decide you can be part of the chat and talk shit to us. How does that sound, VJ? If we can get 10 people to do it, would you be down?
If you got 10 people to do this, I'll pay you $50 million.
It's a lot of baby oil.
No, I take that back.
But besides the paying, would you actually do it?
Yeah, I would consider doing it. Like, fuck it, I have nothing better to do except kill myself, but I don't want to do that yet.
Perfect. So if you've watched this, go to the Patreon page, $10 a month or $50 a month. Once we get 10 people, we're going to start inviting anybody who donates into the chat. You'll be able to watch, listen, and one day a month talk shit to us. And I guess that's it.
Fuck yeah.
Funny.
All right, that's it. Yeah, I got to get back to doing shit. Okay, all right. Good shit, guys. Very nice.